Oliver from the Hawaii News Now Digital Center. We're following a developing story out of Massachusetts. This is a live look at a small plane crash in New Bedford Cemetery. You can see debris all scattered across the graves. One person was reportedly on board, but their condition is unknown. The cause of the crash is being investigated.
And earlier we saw a close-up there. It was a small plane, just a complete mess. It was crumpled all that could be. We could make out a little bit of the tail. But this has been going on. We've been monitoring this feed for about 15 minutes here. It's already turning nighttime there in the Massachusetts area. I know we will continue to follow this. If we get any more details in this newscast, we'll bring it to you. But right now, let's switch gears over to Washington, a live look at the nation's capital. You can see a lot going on there today. We've had some developments in the impeachment inquiry, right, Ashley?
That's right. House Democrats released the first set of transcripts from their closed-door depositions as part of the impeachment inquiry into President Trump. The documents include interviews with U.S. Ambassador to Ukraine, Marie Yovanovitch, and top State Department official Michael McKinley about the president's contacts with Ukraine.
And we'll continue. He's headed over to Lexington right now. We just watched a video earlier of him, live feed of him leaving Washington, heading there for a political rally. Certainly we'll speak about this. I imagine if we get that soundbite, we'll probably have it on our 5:30 newscast. But, hey, good morning, Ashley.
Yeah, happy Monday.
I know. And did you notice that it's so dark in Washington? All our mainland friends, most of them, except Arizona, of course.
Daylight savings time.
Daylight savings.
Set your watches 5 hours now.
Also in Washington earlier, speaking of Trump, some developments there with a local celebrity.
That's right. Local boy Kurt Suzuki was at the White House today. The Washington Nationals were invited to the White House because they won the World Series. And this is kind of trending on Twitter, what he did. We're going to show you that in a second. But just to set it up, the president gave him a special shout out for his 3-run homer in a game against the Mets back in September. Where the Nationals pulled a 11-10 win, and this is what the president had to say and how Kurt reacted.
You were down 6 runs against the Mets. In the bottom of the 9th, you scored 7 runs. I do remember that well, including an amazing 3-run homer by Kurt Suzuki. Where's Kurt? Where is he? Come on. Come here. Come here. Say a couple words. Come on. Oh. I love him. Oh. That's so
I love you all. I love you all. Thank you.
All right. So you can see what might be making Twitter trend right now. There's a couple moments.
Yep, so Suzuki donned a Make America Great Again hat and flashed those shakas. His decision to wear the controversial hat is what's trending on Twitter.
And for me, it's not the hat, it's that hug.
From the behind.
The bear hug from Trump. Like, you don't see that too often.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen when sports and politics mix, so.
Definitely. And with that win, okay, this is really the last World Series story we're doing here,
We'll
okay?
see.
All right. I just want to see that. There it goes again. There it is. And, a little shoulder rub, and that hug. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Let's switch gears here. Let's switch gears here. And let's take you over to another MLB player that's making headlines.
Yep, another local boy in the major leagues. This is Colton Wong, Hilo native. Although the Cardinals season didn't end with a World Series title, he's gold at last. Yesterday, the MLB announced the 28-year-old would be taking home one of Major League Baseball's biggest honor, the Rawlings Golden Glove Award.
Awesome.
The St. Louis second baseman beat out 2 other finalists for the prize. And this isn't actually his first time that he's been up for the award. He was nominated last year but fell short. He'll be honored at the Golden Glove dinner on Friday in New York.
I love that picture. We have our own Superman there.
Yeah, look at that.
Look
Horizontal.
at that. That's amazing. That just shows how good of an athlete he really is. And this story is on our Facebook page, as you can see there, already being shared many times as we congratulate him there on our HNN Facebook page. Speaking of Superman, here's our very own Guy Hoggy, our Superman himself, with your forecast.
How's it on this Monday? Huge, life-threatening swell rolling into north and west shores. This swell will be peaking sometime this afternoon, so it's going to be getting bigger throughout the day. It's already very, very big, and that's why the high surf advisory is posted. Stay well away from the shoreline. This is a dangerous situation, and that's going to continue through tomorrow before they kind of ease up on Wednesday and Thursday. And with those light winds, conditions in the morning are very, very nice. But as the land heats up, these light and variable winds will turn to onshore sea breezes. That's going to raise humidity levels. And for the surf, that means it's going to be messy, sloppy, and onshore, only to clean up by the early evening. We're also dealing with a weak front. The front itself is why we got those light winds. It's pushed away the high pressure fan. And the front is going to bring a few showers through tomorrow, mainly for Kauai and Oahu. In addition to that, some leeward areas will get some afternoon clouds and some afternoon showers because of the light winds. So variable winds with sticky conditions through tomorrow. And then on Wednesday through Thursday, a light trade wind breeze will come in, only to leave again for the weekend. Keep it here on Hawaii News Now. We'll have all your severe weather updates.
Thanks, Guy.
Yeah, and we have a couple shark warnings we want to tell you about. You can find all the information on our website, hawaiinewsnow.com. On Maui, the ocean from Kihei Boat Ramp to Cove Park is closed today after multiple sharks were seen near shore. County officials say MFD's Air 1 spotted as many as 5 tiger sharks a few hundred yards off Kamaole Beach Parks 1 and 2, and the sharks were estimated to be at least 15 feet long. Ocean safety personnel worked to get people out of the water and close the beach. Warning signs have been posted and the beach will remain closed until officials can reassess conditions. And meanwhile, here on Oahu's North Shore, shark warning signs are up at Pounders Beach Park in Laie after an 8 to 10 foot shark was spotted around 10:30 this morning, about 20 feet offshore. So be careful out there.
Yeah, a couple warnings there. We don't usually get that many at the same time. All right, let's take you outside right now to some really good news for folks. Yes, the Pali is opening some more hours.
That's
there you
right.
go.
The Pali will be open 7 days a week starting tomorrow. It will be open between 5 a.m. and 8 p.m. Monday through Friday and continuously from Saturday morning through Sunday night. When it's closed overnight, crews will finish that construction of a new rock shed as well as some road paving. And the remaining work is expected to be finished by December. And the Nu'uani Pali Lookout, which has been closed this whole time, will also reopen tomorrow.
So many people waiting for this. I mean, I know that schools had to change their schedules, just people in their morning and evenings commutes, taking those extra long drives to get around all this. And now, I mean, I remember this happened in the Springs. It was such a mess.
Yeah, it had a big impact on business, but I know some residents on that side did appreciate the peace and quiet they've been having.
And you can relate to that, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, back in town. Let's take it back in town to some developing news from overnight. What is going on with this video? It looks like a mess there at Ala Moana Center.
That's right. Police are looking for 3 suspects after an early morning smash and grab at Macy's. Officials say at around 2 a.m., 3 male suspects rammed a truck through the department store's doors on the 2nd level. This is near the jewelry department, so they clearly knew what they were doing. Shattered glass and broken door frames just littered the scene, and the suspects stole the merchandise and fled in the truck. A white Jeep was reportedly seen following the truck, and shortly after in Makiki, the truck possibly used in the crime was found abandoned and set on fire. So police have classified this case as second-degree burglary and arson. No injuries were reported, and there have been no arrests at this time.
Of course, if you happen to maybe be at a pawn shop, you see any jewelry that looks like it belongs there, you just have any information at all, call police, 911, or Crime Stoppers there as well. And this is the kind of stuff you think happens only on the mainland. And speaking of the mainland, we have a perfect example of just that. Check out this video of another brazen burglary.
That's right. This is from Florida, and authorities are investigating after an early morning explosion at a bank's ATM machine. Yeah, that's right. That's a bank's ATM just scattered there across the parking lot.
Completely busted.
Yes, this is Oldsmar, just outside of Tampa, and it happened around 3:30 this morning, Florida time. Investigators from the FBI and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives are all involved.
You know, I've seen people run over those ATMs and knock them down or take cameras to them. But
Chain them up.
Yeah, that's the first time I've seen someone actually use an explosive device.
Right. And it could be a sign of, you know, it's almost the holiday shopping season. You're probably going to see a spike in crime, these types of crimes.
Especially be on the guard there at any of the shopping facilities. All right, let's take you to some more amazing video. What are we going to see next year?
Yeah, this is a really cool story. So a shipwreck that's been sitting at the top of Niagara Falls for more than 100 years. It was recently knocked loose by a storm, and this report is from Candice Gibson.
Let's check it out.
It came as a shock. A boat that had been lodged in Niagara Falls for more than a century suddenly came loose, now pointed straight for the edge of the Horseshoe Falls.
Pieces of it have slowly been rusting away, but the view from the Canadian side looks pretty much the way it has for 100 years until Halloween night of this year.
That night brought heavy winds and rain swelling the Niagara River, moving what most thought was an unmovable metal ship. The boat toppled over and pivoted about 150 feet, now just under 2,000 feet from its inevitable fate.
That also gives you a sense of the power of the river here and the power of Niagara Falls, that the water always wins. So the barge really didn't have a hope of lasting forever.
Stuck there over 101 years ago.
It broke away from its tug with 2 men on board, and it got stuck just short of going over the Horseshoe waterfall. And they did rescue the 2 men in dramatic fashion. They were stuck out there overnight, but they were able to get them back on dry land. And the scow has been there ever since. The rescue happened from the Canadian side, but it wouldn't have happened without the help of members of the U.S. Coast Guard.
The symbol of bravery and cooperation on display for the nearly 12 million tourists that visit the falls each year. A piece of history that will live on even after the ship is gone. Candice Gibson, NBC News.
Certainly a piece of history that's going to live on there. I've personally never been to the falls, always wanted to go, and that would be a cool thing to check out.
Yeah, hopefully that thing can hold on, but in the end, Mother Nature is going to do what she wants.
All right, gotta put you on the spot. Gotta put you on the spot here. I've seen her sing this. You better shape up.
'Cause I need a man,
Why would we
and
talk
my
about
heart is set on you.
this? Yes, I knew she could do it. I knew she could do it. You're so good. But we got some Grease news.
Oh, yes, that's right. Olivia Newton-John's iconic outfit. Yeah, that
Ooh,
one.
look at that
From
thing.
the final scene of Grease, sold at an auction over the weekend for more than $400,000. The all-black ensemble, which the actress was famously sewn into, was one of more than 500 personal items being auctioned off by the actress. She's raising money for her Cancer Wellness and Research Center in Australia.
Go, Olivia Newton-John!
Her Pink Lady jacket apparently sold for $50,000.
Honestly, not a Grease fan.
Stop.
Not a Grease fan. And I have some bitterness because I was cast in the dance choir in Grease, and I didn't get the lead role of, John Travolta's role. I can't even remember his
You
name.
wanted John Travolta's role?
Of course,
Danny
because
Zuko?
I am a star, my friend. I need to be up there front. Although, as you just saw, I cannot sing, so that's probably why they.
That's
I also
probably
can't
a big
dance, so I don't know why
reason.
they put me
well,
in the back.
That's
but,
why you're a high school classmate number 8.
All right, moving on to something I want to talk about. All right, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. All right.
No.
50 days, 11 hours, 43 minutes, 42 seconds.
I'm freaking
41
out.
seconds. 40 seconds till Christmas.
50 days till Christmas, people. How is that possible?
I did some decorating this weekend. Some might say that's a little early, but I had fun.
Oh, you're one of those.
I am one of those.
I buy my Christmas tree like 3 days before Christmas.
Get it on sale, do you? But let's talk toys. Are you done shopping at least yet? Have you done
Of
it?
course not, Jonathan.
Okay. Oh,
No.
you're that?
Oh, I'm really bad.
I got a couple of things for my
I say
nephews.
I love you with
but,
cash.
That's a good gift. Thanks.
I
I know what I'm
that's
getting.
what
I know what I'm getting. Thank you. But Christmas always makes me think of my favorite toys. Mine being, besides the video games, Nintendo, Game Gear, Game Boy, was Toby the Talking Robot. And I loved him so much. But days after I got him, I was being babysat. And I was rolling it around the babysitter, just being annoying, like kid, like, eh. The wheels got stuck in her head and they had to be cut out.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so it was tragic. I still kept Toby. He talked, but he wouldn't roll
Your
anymore.
poor babysitter.
I'm not even thinking about her. I'm thinking about my
Poor
robot.
Toby.
Sorry, Christy. I remember you. I'm sorry your hair had to be cut. Your favorite toy, real fast.
Gosh, probably my first bicycle. Because that's such a milestone gift for a kid, you know?
Yeah, you're growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a late bike rider, too.
Yeah.
All right, talking about those toys, there's certain ones you want to get and certain ones you might want to avoid, and we have some tips for that.
That's right. You know, parents go through the challenge every year of getting their kids the hottest toy, and Chris Clackham has a look at what gifts will get you big points with your kiddos.
Let's check it out.
It's a pink one!
Helping ensure the happiest of Christmas mornings, parents often rely upon hot toy lists.
A toy list is just for a place for a parent to start researching.
Research, but be reasonable and aware.
So do toy companies pay to be on these toy lists?
At the end of the day, yes, there's money going back and forth between the manufacturers and the retailers to be on a list.
Jim Silver, CEO of Toys, Tots, Pets, and More, TTPM for short, who's quick to suggest you'll look at multiple hot lists.
There's so many independent resources like We're One and so many others out there that you can go out and research a toy.
TTPM once famously picked Tickle Me Elmo and Monster High dolls as hottest toys of the year.
The passenger seats recline.
They offer reviews on some 2,500 toys each year and don't charge for replacement on their list.
So what's on TTPM's hot toy list this year?
Well, right now it's the LOL OMG dolls. Those are blowing out, and if you can get your hands on one, I'd get one now.
But whatever you get now, just make sure it's on your child's hot toy list too.
Yay! I always wanted one of these.
Chris Clackham, NBC News.
From Hawaii News Now, this is a breaking news special report.
And this is not a breaking news special report, as you just heard there in that audio. Sorry, I hit the wrong button. But it's sort of breaking news. The clock's still ticking. The clock is still ticking. 50 days, 11 hours, 40 minutes, 16 seconds to buy them presents.
Oh, thanks for watching, everyone. We'll have all your latest news updates tonight on Hawaii News Now, but you can keep with us on air, online, and on our mobile app.
Thanks, guys.